Lastly, I just want to end, of course, Floyd. Everybody wants him to come back, and he makes himself very says he's very happy in retirement, but he also says for the right price he'd come back. He's getting to that 40 years old.
Yeah.
Does he come back, Joe? And if he comes back, is he still okay at the age he would decide to come back?
He's probably one of the most well-preserved 40-year-olds, let's say, that's ever been in boxing. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, to the best of my knowledge. Mm-hmm. He's a single-minded, dedicated guy. He always has been. He's accomplished, sure, everything that you'd ever want to accomplish monetarily and otherwise in boxing. You know, it's like school. Once you leave school, you go, I could never go back to school again. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, so, and it can be that way in boxing with a lot of guys. Now, when you hear Floyd say, if for the right amount of money, well, of course it's always going to be the right amount of money for Floyd. You know, the question is, I don't think that's really the question, because it's always going to be a lot of money for Floyd. The question is, does he really want to get back on that horse again and do that training and that sacrificing and the weight loss and the sparring and the pain and the injuries? Well, it's you know, when you're sitting pretty like he is right now, you've accomplished as much as anybody could ever dream of accomplishing in boxing. It's kind of hard to go, yeah, let's go back to school, you know. But again, you know, you never know what fighter's going to do. I mean, Foreman came back at a late age, and he was certainly not in the same shape that a guy like Mayweather was, and he went on to, you know, one of the oldest guys to ever, if not the oldest guy to win a world title, heavyweight. But I could see Floyd, if push came to shove and somebody really challenged him that people were going, you could never beat, maybe that would be incentive. But he's beaten everybody. He's pushing 40. I don't know. I probably would think he's pretty well satisfied with what he's done in his career, and that he could hang him up without any regrets at all. And if he does come back to fight, he would be one of the guys that I wouldn't, you know, discount because of how well he has taken care of himself and the preservation of his body, and he looks young, you know?
Yeah.
So, that being said, that's obviously his decision, but I think he's probably enjoying his time off that he's had, because, you know, he was a relentless guy with his conditioning. And that takes a lot of energy and a lot of time. And he may be enjoying it. Look, he's been fighting since he's been a kid. This is maybe the first break he's ever gotten in his life. So, you know, I always say at that stage of the game, well, you enjoy yourself a little bit, you know, and find something else you can do and, you know, give back to the community a little bit, which I'm sure he does anyway.
Yeah.
I hear he's a very generous guy.
Very generous, yeah.
And so I wish him well, but, you know, that's going to be his decision. I'll tell you what, you wouldn't be seeing me again if I had that time.